My name is Gold, and I'd like to welcome y'all to Aspect Slant of a Changing Man. This is another show that I'm bringing to you. I'd like to thank everybody for coming on here. If you do want to reach me, go ahead and hit me up. Aspect Slant of a Changing Man on Facebook, Gold Washington on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter is MPLSMIKID, AKAGOL, and you can also hit me up Facebook. Well, welcome to another show. Another episode. I was supposed to have a guest here today, but they decided they weren't able to show up, which is okay with me. Wish they were here. It's a lot of fun being in here and just being able to talk about things that we want to talk about. Well, just to, make a show out of anything, because, I don't really plan on somebody not showing up. But if they don't, let's go ahead and keep rocking. Today, I wanted to give my opinion on some things that I've seen in the world today. One instance was the 49 people dying in New Zealand by the gunner. And as much as, the world has changed in, the past 10 to 15 years due to a lot of things that have occurred and that have came up and been introduced into the world today to make it so that we had to either adapt or change into something that is going to keep it there. When I seen it, we get news all the time, and the thing that we're supposed to do is we're supposed to think about the situations, like what do we do that now that this occurred, especially when something big happens. I understand that since 9/11, it has been a big issue about things happening close to home and how we actually take things that are overseas. Like 9/11 happened, and it was a big thing, because it was so close and, a lot of stuff was happening. Living in Minnesota, we were worried about the Mall of America the whole time that things were happening. And when we seen that, the Mall of America, we were like, hey, man, they're hitting everything big. So the Mall of America is next. And we were waiting for that. We talked about it like, man, the Mall of America has so many people. It's the biggest mall in America. So, it's going to be, something big's got to happen since, you're bombing buildings, you're trying to get to the government. You know what I'm saying? These buildings are dropping. So why not? Why didn't they go for the Mall of America? So, I mean, like, things happen with security and, the way that we now react to things happening, so that is bigger than what we're actually used to. Like, if you are used to Chicago killings, it's like boom, 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 that happens. Dang, we need to stop that. We need to find out what we can do about that. But it comes with a calm demeanor when you're talking about something like Chicago. When you're talking about something big like a school shooting where 15 people died, we were talking about, somebody walking into a nightclub and shooting it up in Florida. That's a big thing. And it's crazy because the way things are happening, we see it and it happened. And we never got the full view of what was going on. We just knew that it happened. So we had to guess what the person was thinking, what the person was doing at the time of these issues. Well, with, social media being so big and things happening on live, it's becoming crazy. The way that we can view these different things, like people are actually taking it to another level of letting you feel and see things that are happening. When you hear about it, you hear about these gun shootings, and you're like, man, it is crazy. I wonder, what I'm saying? Like you see like 15 people die. Like what, what I'm saying? Like, where did he go first? What did he do? Like, how do you react to that? what would I have done in that type of situation? Like, depending on who you are in that situation. Are you the person that's running? Are you the shooter? Or are you the person that died? Like, we were never able to view these things. And it's crazy because I was on, Facebook when it occurred, and I'm like, man, that's messed up. This is the situation is crazy. But then, a friend of mine that was on there was like, I want to see the video of what happened. And I remember there was a video, there was been a couple of videos that, that you were able to see somebody actually doing it from their point of view. And it's crazy how we've gotten to the time where people actually want to record something like that. And, it's like, why? The first one was like this newscast, and they were recording the guy that actually killed a lady, I can't really remember what happened, but like the person that died, but they actually killed a newscaster, and you actually get to see this thing, this actual murder happening, and we see things on TV as far as acting out murders. But to actually see one really was crazy. Then there was the guy that was in the white car, and he was doing Facebook Lives where he actually went out and was shooting people, and it was crazy. Like, it's becoming so visual to where we can see it all. And it's really, the world is really turning to where you're reacting to these things in ways where people are taking their pain or taking their experiences and actually put it in on there. I thought it was crazy when you were seeing people having sex online, or, what I'm saying, you see somebody doing some things, one person, fighting, or, but they're taking it to, it's becoming a whole different level. Then, my friend was on there. He said he wanted to see that. And it was, he wanted to see the video. He wanted to see the video. It's news. I was like, no, that's negative. That's not something that I feel like, we should be releasing to the world, especially when you have kids that are online looking at this. A 14, 15-year-old, if their parents allowed them to get on Facebook, people don't really think about what they're doing. And you see that every day. That they don't think about what they're doing online. They just do it. So when you get this video popped up, and he shared it, and it said, here's a video, hurry up and watch it before it's deleted. And, I had to click on it. I didn't have to, but, with the curiosity, I clicked on it. And it was crazy. And the reason that I say it was so crazy was because of the things that I've experienced in my life. And how much I was able to react in a way that I wanted to react in that video. Like, if you ever play video games, you get these point of view games, Call of Duty, GoldenEye, different types of games, just point of view, first person games where you go, and they're getting realistic as the years go on. So as they go on, they get more realistic as far as what you see, as far as you murdering people. And I could not have, I played a lot of Call of Duty, and video games have basically affected the way I seen it. It affected me because I had to think so much about what I was seeing, how I was seeing it, what I was feeling during that time of watching it? What was my inside saying? Usually I'd be like, oh man, that's crazy. But I wasn't that way. I was like, man, this is like this looks like Call of Duty. This looks like Duke Nukem if it was realistic. This looks like, Brothers in Arms. It looks like a first person shooter. Instead of me being able to say, man, this is sad, I don't want to watch this anymore, this is crazy, how could we release this? The first thing I said was, man, this is Call of Duty type stuff. Because I play video games so much, and then the person put it to where they were doing it just like they did in the games. And they say that things don't affect us in a way that we wouldn't change anything, but that showed me it actually does. I could not have the sympathy that I felt like I should have because of what I've experienced in my life when it came to video games. And I'm not saying anything bad bad about video games. Like, we play different games. There's different games out there that are able to, it takes you in a different mode. I play NBA 2K. I play Call of Duty. I play different, I play chess. I play Dragon Ball. Different type of games. But it didn't affect me in a way that I said it's easier for me to go shoot somebody. It affected me in a way where this dude put on a camera and showed me murder just like they did in the video games. It's crazy. I didn't know what to, when I found myself doing that, it hurt. Because I couldn't have the pain that I